going on, good people? It's your boy E-Buck in the building. Y'all know what time it is. Time for the show. Up in the show, we got the Guru Sports Perspective today. You looking good over there, don't you think? You know, we doing some upgrades to the technology, and we hoping that it work out very well today.
Everything.
Absolutely. That being said, my good buddy Hugh, talk to the people. Say hey.
What's good, y'all? Definitely appreciate all the love and support y'all been getting first and foremost through the podcast, man. I've been looking and kind of just peeping in and seeing what was going on, and a lot of people been paying attention to the Guru's perspective, and just like to say thank you not only for that, but just the Big Buck Sports Report, and all the things that we're trying to do. Not only just our show, but everybody on the network. Appreciate all y'all love and support.
Absolutely. As you see, I have there in the background because we are broadcasting from you live from where the NFL draft will be held tomorrow in our beautiful city, my home place of birth, Detroit, Michigan. I can't wait. I'm excited. I've been downtown today. I actually seen the stage. It's looking real smooth, baby. It's looking real nice. Kind of chaotic down there, but hopefully they'll work it out for tomorrow and everybody be able to get around pretty good and check it out. I wish our weather was a little better, but you know how that go. Anyway, we ain't gonna hold y'all up with all that.
Is it outside tomorrow?
It's outside.
It's gonna be freezing tomorrow.
Well, no, it should get better as the weekend go on, so fear not.
Yeah, but nonetheless, tomorrow, I think it's gonna be like 56.
Yeah, like I said, it's typical Detroit this time of year. But that if you headed this way, by all means, bring your jacket, bring your money, and bring your good walking shoes too, because it's gonna be a lot of good walking around and definitely a lot of good people seeing. Let me tell you. But anyway, we're gonna get into the draft a little bit later on in the broadcast. Right now, we're gonna start y'all off with a little bit of that NBA action. The playoffs is now in full effect. We're gonna talk about good teams. We're going to talk about the not-so-good teams. But first, I want to touch on a couple teams that they there, okay? So let's get into the participants, as I call them, the people that's in the playoffs, but they just here so they don't get fined, all right? First of all, let's go to the East. We got that one series with Cleveland and Orlando. They just here, Hugh. I ain't really caring. I barely watched. It's like that. What's your thoughts on them two?
Been pissed off because I thought Paolo Banchero and I thought Orlando Magic with Jalen Suggs and a lot of the young talented Wagners. I thought that they'd be playing better, man. I just think that them bright lights got them right now. You know how it is when teams look good in the season.
Who?
The Orlando Magic.
Who?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying, Hugh? Understand what I'm saying? Who? I'm saying Hugh because I'm saying most of the people out there don't know who we talking about. Orlando, yeah, they got a team. Yeah, that team in the playoffs. Yeah, they got some decent young players on that team. We don't know who they is because they don't advertise them. They don't do a lot of highlight type stuff on that squad. You don't see them a lot on Sports Center. They in the playoffs. They talk about it, but it's like, yeah, so Orlando and Cleveland. Anyway, on to the rest of the playoffs. That's how I kind of feel about it. They ain't showing me nothing. The series, I watched it. I fell asleep instantly, Hugh. When I tell you I turned it on and in 2 minutes later I was asleep, that's how I feel. They just here. They just participating. It don't matter who win that series because next round they get knocked out, flat out. Tell me I'm wrong.
Definitely not wrong. It just looked like they're dangling the carrot and Cavaliers dangling that carrot and they're trying to catch it, but every time they get close, they pull away. And that's what happened the last two games. And I hope that they luck change in Orlando. I doubt it.
Right. Now, on the other hand, you got OKC, you got New Orleans.
That's a good series, man.
Is
that
it?
Went down to the wire.
Is it?
I thought it was actually okay. It was pretty physical. It kind of reminded me of the 90s style basketball. But what I don't like about just in NBA in general, you probably peep it too, Eve, man. There'd be so many people complaining. Everybody wants to be fouled. You barely get touched and you're talking about foul, and that's taken away from the game. And that happened a lot on that OKC game. And it took away from the game. That's what I didn't like about it. I would definitely have to say that was one of my pet peeves. I didn't like that when the Sixers did it too, man. Josh Hart is complaining every play. Like, come on, man. Y'all need to
You pretty
win
much
the
can go
game.
to any series, Hugh, and they all have at least one or two players where it's like, ref, he fouled me. You clearly see that the refs are trying to let y'all play because it's the
Mhm.
playoffs. But y'all not appreciating that. Every little thing. Oh, he fouled me. He fouled me.
It's a joke, man. I'm tired of it because what I look at is when all this stuff happening, it's like you said, it's taken away from the game, man. It basically dozed off on a few games because of all the. It's been some really good competitive games too. He like with the Clippers and
Okay, well, we going to get there, Hugh. Let me just get, like I said, basically, if you want to see what the young up and coming look like, you want to look at the series like I said, OKC and New Orleans. You want to look at Minnesota and so on. Them are the up and comers. When all is said and done, they're not going to be in that Final Four. We're going to have to be honest with ourselves, all right? So if you just like basketball for the sake of liking basketball and you want to look at these series, by all means do so. We're not going to talk about them much today because I don't think they really matter to the whole movement that is the NBA at the moment. So much like the talking heads, let's talk about the series that they want to talk about. Because they're the only ones they're really talking about. First and
pretty much.
foremost, let's get into some of the lesser. So let's talk about that Milwaukee and Indiana series, for instance. Milwaukee in trouble. What you think, Hugh?
Yeah. I'm licking my chops right now because I love it because everybody want to crown them. Dame did get off and he acted a fool, but I told you I don't know if he's gonna be able to hold that type of mentality or keep that up. He still got that killer in him. He ain't that Dame from Portland, man. I think that it's getting to the point where his prime start not slipping, but it's like you can't do it. Like first and foremost, Giannis is injured. They don't have a really bad staff around him, but you need Giannis healthy to even do anything, man, because he helps put the other players in the game. And without him, man, I think they did a really good game plan. You got to give props to Rick Carlisle because what he did is he was like, "We're gonna run our offense through Pascal Siakam." He ate their ass up yesterday.
Understand there's two main reasons why the East, in terms of the East and the playoffs, not gonna be quite as good until the finals. One reason is because Giannis is hurt, and clearly, if Giannis has not played the first two games, even when he do make his appearance in the series, he
He
not
ain't gonna
gonna
be
be effective. People, he not gonna be
not by
100%.
Embiid.
He not gonna be 80%. And we'll get to the other one in a minute. But my whole thing is this: without him, Milwaukee has no chance to make it to the finals. None. But what I actually want to talk about, Hugh, is some of the comments that you made. And by all means, people, please check out the Guru's Perspective this week, where he talked about the NBA Finals. He kind of breaks down this a little bit more than we're doing right now. So I definitely want y'all to refer to that as well. You will
Thank
find that
you.
on Spotify, by the way, or Anchor. Those two in particular. But anyway, I want to talk about some of the comments you made in regards to Dame Lillard and what he said. Go into it, Hugh, then I'll give you my
Definitely
comments.
like that he said that because remember that's the first thing I text you after that game because I didn't think people really listened and paid attention to when he said that. And I text you, I said, damn, Dan kept that receipt. Dane wasn't really feeling with how they acted, how Tyrese Halliburton when they won that play, the with the end season tournament, they won that game and he did the Dame selling. He looked at his wrist like, Dame time. And he never made any comments until after that game. I guess that's the matchup he definitely wanted. He just think about it. For him to save that and put it into that press conference, that's the series he wanted, man. And he basically said, man, sometimes in the game, man, you can be on top of the world and then it'll hit you, man. And you'll realize, man, all this celebrating and doing all this other unnecessary stuff is not necessary, man. You need to go out there and you need to play the game and stop worried about all that stuff. When you focus on doing like individual victories and like celebrations, that's what I believe that he didn't like, man, because he basically called Dame out when they did that after they beat them, and that's what Dame cooked them, man. I hope that he could get that or keep that intensity because
I
they've been hitting
actually
with it.
want you to get to the one statement that you said he made. I want to discuss that in particular about a certain mindset you should have. in that
Yeah,
situation.
he basically said, man, you got to be humble. He's because he said that he feel like after that, man, he kind of lost respect for the Pacers, and that's what I really was surprised about. I said, damn, I didn't even know that he felt that way, but he kind of lost respect in the Pacers for them to act and do that type of approach. And he said, you got to come out and you got to be humble because in that game, Tyrese Halliburton didn't look so good. And when the bright lights came on, woo, he put on them shades right in time. It was perfect timing when I said that. When the lights got bright, man, he didn't show up that first game. Man,
Now,
those some nice glasses, E.
well, it's Detroit, so I got to represent with my sticks. But anyway, check it out, good people. Dame is right and he wrong at the same time. He was right to say they should be humble because clearly in that situation, they wasn't quite as humble as he felt they should be as a young up and coming team. But I felt when you talk about be humble, Dame Dollar, you got plenty of nerve telling somebody to be humble. When you go around and every time you hit that game winner, you talking about you, Damian Lillard, had the nerve to tell somebody to be humble when we all remember one of the most famous playoff series endings in the last 10 years where you basically hit the game winning shot. And what did he do? You remember.
Did that damn time, but then he
No, you
told them
remember
bye,
what he
and then
said?
he
Bye
took that
bye.
pose in that camera. And remember, he took that pose in that camera too, man. He did a lot of arrogant stuff that series, man.
That wasn't very humble to me, Hugh. That wasn't very gangsta-licious. I'm just saying.
That definitely wasn't no humble pie right there, man. I was being
Not at
a-hole.
all. So you
Now you
get what
want
you
to
pay for. So yeah, granted, that game one, Dame went off in the first half. I don't know what happened that second half, but that first half he was that. In order for them to win this series, they need that Dame all 4 quarters, even when and if Giannis come back. Because without that Dame, guess what? Indiana got a surprise for you. They about to mess around and get to the second round. I don't see them doing much after that, but they got enough for y'all apparently.
Yeah, they got weapons.
That's what's gonna make this particular series interesting. Dame, like I said, you want them to be humble. You want to teach them some humble then. What you got on?
I didn't know Naismith was that good, man. Maybe I was tripping, man. I knew Obi Toppin was over there, and Obi Toppin starting to develop into a good player, a good contributor, like one of those players off the bench or even one of those momentum players. He definitely picked up his game a little bit. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but he plays and he do well when they need him to. You got him and then Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton, you got Pascal, and now the Naismith dude. They got some people over there, man. It's like y'all gonna have to play day in, day out, because then Porter didn't do nothing yesterday. Bobby Porter was just, he was all right, but he wasn't the same Porter that Portis that we used to though.
And he is definitely the X factor in this series. If you can get Bobby Portis to play 2 good games like he played near the end of the season when he was hitting the 30 and 15 and basically taking over for where he could not, Giannis couldn't, that part. But also,
what happened to Middleton?
Middleton, he getting old. Plain and simple. He getting old. He ain't never been the same since the championship year. He has not. Them injuries is definitely starting to affect his play. In spurts, he's okay, but it's just in spurts. They need a full 2-3 games from him. And I must admit, for all the talk that Giannis has done about getting good quality players on that squad with his brother, and again, I'm pretty sure y'all heard the story about how he didn't want to sign with the one shoe company because they weren't trying to sign his brother. And I understand that, yes, it's his big brother. He loved his big brother and all that. But let's be honest, you. That brother ain't got no business taking a roster spot over there with the Milwaukee Bucks. If you need him on your squad that bad by your side, tell him to make that man a coach or a system coordinator, a towel boy, something. Stop taking up that roster spot with somebody that could actually be helping y'all in these playoffs right now. Because the same people that's going to say something now about that, let's see y'all have that same energy next year when more than likely LeBron will have his son on the Lakers. But yeah, I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself on that one. But y'all already know y'all know that's how it's gonna play out, right? You know that, right? Anyway, let's move on. The other series in the East I'm finding interesting, Hugh. I want to talk about the Knicks and the Sixers. Your thoughts on that, bruh?
You already know we kicked it about that too, man. And when I was talking to you, I said the Knicks don't look that bad. And then when I said that, you knew that I wasn't really all excited when I said that. So I know you knew that I had something to say. I said, wow, it takes a lot to beat a one-legged, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey when y'all got a full squad.
I hate, and I repeat, I hate that Joel Embiid finds himself in this situation right now. You gotta hate it for that man, because you already know if he had been healthy the whole year, all this talk about that other dude in Denver would not even be that loud. Because the
No,
MVP this year would have been the same person that was MVP last year. Because he was having an even better year this year than he was last year. Remember, before he went down with the knee injury a couple weeks before that, that's when he hit him with the 70 piece. And that wasn't even a whole game. He sat out for good parts of that one. He could have had at least 80, maybe 85. And even then, he wasn't 100%.
he
So
was
imagine if
that
we could
game one time.
finally get him at 100% with that game. Even a 70% Joel Embiid is still putting 30 and 15 up. Damn near.
Yeah.
On one leg.
If he wouldn't have went out, man, which one of the most spectacular players I seen in the playoffs. As soon as he did it, I was already cringing and I was scared as hell. He like, don't do it. He threw that bug off the backboard and he came from authority. But when he
Yeah,
landed
you
that,
remember we was watching that live, Hugh, and it was
yeah.
like, no, I'm like, oh, as soon as that, oh, man.
Hey, did you see the meme? That's all they do it now, man. One guy put a meme on there like, man, when you go and you party all night, man, you supposed to be at work 5 o'clock in the morning and you hung over drunk and you hear the alarm clock and it was Embiid on the ground with that dazed over look in his eyes. There was a lot of funny memes on that, but I felt bad because I do like Embiid, man, and I don't laugh at people's pain, man. But I'm just glad that he got back up and he still competed and he's still telling them, man, hey, y'all winning these okey doke games, y'all still got to come to Philly. That's what I like to hear what him and Tyrese Maxey was saying.
Like I said, I will be stunned if they do not win game 3 in Philly. But that being said, as I start to see Joel Embiid more and more for us older heads, he reminds me a lot of what happened to Davita's father, as in Davita Sabonis, his father, Arvydas Sabonis. For
Mm-hmm.
those of y'all who know the story of Arvydas Sabonis, perhaps one of the best big men all time, of which you never know that because when he was in his prime is when he started having his injury situations. So even when he
Mm-hmm.
did make it to Portland later on in his career, he still was never 100%. But even a 70, 80% Arvydas Sabonis was cooking most big men on most nights. And that's what you're getting from Embiid, but I'm afraid he ain't never gonna be 100% again. So, for as good as he is, I don't think we really gonna see how good he really could have been. And the other sad part is, if you play like this now, bro, we can't afford for you to play in the Olympics. As much as I would love to see it,
Yeah.
after this, whatever, however long you in the playoffs, you got to sit it down, bro.
Please give us a replacement right quick.
Yeah, somebody else got to get that spot. But yeah, all in all, no, Philly, I really want y'all to win. I really do. But when my man's hurt like that, it's just a matter of time. I mean, in the end, there's only one hope for Philly, Hugh, and let me know if you agree with this. If ever there was a time for this brother to step up, it's now. Tobias
Tobias
Harris.
Harris.
Hello, Tobias. Hello. All that mess you was talking in the beginning of the season, the crumble cookie and all that. Remember all that? It's time, bruh.
I can't hear you with that reception, man. That was Tobias whack ass. Would a real Tobias Harris please stand up?
Tobias, we calling for you. It's time for that brother to step up in a major way, man.
You lucky I don't got no milk on the side of me, boy. It would have been on that back of that milk carton right now.
You straight up missed. So yeah, and another person I need for them to step up to the mic. Hey, Buddy Hill, where you at, bruh? Remember all that
I
mess
thought
you
you.
was talking? That's why you ain't in Indy no more, right? You was gonna go to Philly and show them what they was missing, right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Cause your
Buddy
defense
Hield,
is trash, bro.
he more like a gullible ass Buddy the Elf, man. I'm disappointed in him. I really saw when he got off the bench that day. I said, man, hopefully he can do something. He had nada. Why is you even on that team if you go play like that? And I'm not saying I'm a better player than you because I'm not in the NBA. And he shined on some of these lesser teams, and now you got an opportunity. The opportunity's there. Tobias ain't really doing much. He actually played a little better in that last game, but you got to hobble them beat and he's maxing getting double, triple team every time he touched the ball. So yeah,
So
buddy,
you
he'll got to
gonna
get
be
it.
open. What you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do with it? So yeah, they need to step up. Otherwise, I say New York probably pull this out in 6.
I wouldn't be surprised. Disappointed too, because I thought this was going to be a good series. One thing I did like though is a lot of people been, hyping it up and they've been pissing New York off. They put a little fuel to the fire because everybody was saying already, you guys are the number 2 seed, and everybody thinks that the 7th seed is going to beat you. That's what's been giving them. They've been having the fuel off of that, and I actually like to see that because they're determined in this series. But don't
Yeah,
get too
but
ahead of
I
yourself.
will say this though, Hugh. All that talk about Jalen Brunson and they all MVP. Y'all don't have to be quiet with that. Cause Brunson, he playing alright, but he ain't playing like no MVP. No sir, no sir.
He might be the
But
king of
yeah,
the New York
I
Knicks
like I
because
said,
he's
I'm
good.
interested to see what go on with the rest of that series. All right, here's another one we could probably do without, and then we'll go on to the West. Boston Hawks. Bottom line, if the Hawks winning any of these games,
Oh no, you meant Boston and Miami. Hell no.
like it matters. It doesn't matter what their name is. They're still not winning jack. Because
Then them
bottom
damn Hawks
line,
too.
without Himothy, it's a wrap.
Remember we said too, even with him at the ass, they wasn't gonna get a game.
Ever since he came out with that damn Andre 3000 hairdo, man, I knew it was over with. I knew they wasn't gonna have no good season after that. I just knew it. Ever since Perm Jimmy hit the scene, you knew it was only a matter of time. Now Perm Jimmy at home with the hurt leg, without playoff Jimmy, ain't no love. Ain't no
Perm
love.
Jim.
4-0. 4-0. Anything else to say about it, Hugh? Anything?
No,
Anything?
we can definitely move on, my brother.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay then. All right. Let's get to the West, because as we know, the West they the better side of the bracket anyway. It's been the better side of the bracket for the last decade, okay? Let's be honest. The
Yeah.
East usually had on 1 or 2 teams, and then it's everybody in the West. Nah. We already talked about what's going on with OKC and such. Okay, I figure OKC gonna win that series. They might give up a game because they're young and they have one of them nights where they'll kind of mess around, but they'll move on to the next round. No need to even go there. Anyway, I want to talk about this Minnesota Phoenix series for a minute. What's your thoughts on that one, Hugh? I know you got a couple.
Ant-Man, Ant-Man, man. Damn, I knew he was good, but this year he really started to understand the game. Big ups to, that being said too, because Michael Conley was the first one that said, man, we all knew that Ant-Man was good. Anthony was a great player, but they said, damn, man, this guy finally getting it. When he was cooking in that first game, they said he finally getting it. Man, it's like, damn, their defense is just ferocious, man. They got a really nice squad around them that people not really giving a lot of credit to. I would like to see a Minnesota OKC series or something like that, man, or Denver, Milwaukee. I mean, not Milwaukee, Denver and Timberwolves. I would like to see
Mm-hmm.
one of those teams just to see how they face the best, because to be the best, you got to beat the best. We've heard that before, but still, I'm just saying that when it comes down to it, I want to see how they measure up to the best, which is the Denver Nuggets right now. They don't really have a lot of competition because damn, how you gonna lose a 20-point lead when that was your game and you just ended up losing it that way?
I
So
mean,
let's talk about that.
as good as it look right now for Minnesota, remember, one of their best players ain't even playing right now. If Cat was on the scene to go with Ant-Man right now, Phoenix would be in all type of trouble because they ain't doing much with Ant, and ain't nobody on their squad really could do much with Cat either, especially if he starts scoring from the outside.
Yeah,
So
because Cat's been playing, but Cat ain't 100% Cat. So I understand where you're coming from. Because Cat just there. His presence is, ferocious for
exactly.
people, the rebounding and just the things and his agility and the things that he can do ability wise. But just think about if he ain't get injured, man, and you had that Cat, that'd be
Right now,
real
he
bad.
just a big decoy. Because again, and it's
Pretty
funny
much.
how around that same time when your boy MB hit the 70, remember that same night, which they starting to call Kobe night because it seemed like every night that they get to that night when Kobe hit the 81 in the
That
season,
crazy.
that'd be the night certain players be like, "Oh, I'm about to nut up tonight." You
It's like a
remember that we
damn
was talking
eclipse,
about that
B.
that night? How that
It's
night?
like an eclipse.
Yeah, but a couple weeks later, there go your boy Cat. He hurt too. It's
Mm-hmm.
something to it. But
You think that Kobe Bryant night hurting people eat?
it might be. It might be. It might be the curse of Kobe. Shit. But anyway, the real problem is Phoenix. Remember when they all put that team together? You remember how we was feeling that day when we found out your boy Bill was gonna be over there with them? We was all like, "Oh yeah, Phoenix about to have it cracking now. They at least going to the finals." That's what everybody was saying. On paper, they look real good. But remember
Pretty
what I
much.
said at that time, Hugh? I wonder about how the chemistry of it gonna be. Remember that?
It's always about the chemistry.
And I'm starting to see right now them three together, Bill, Booker, Durant, not so much.
Not
You
at
had some
all.
very interesting comments about that young KD. You care to tell us about them again? Y'all can hear the
Yeah.
full report of it on the Guru's Perspective on Spotify. Y'all want to check out that? We're going to let y'all know the link and all that later on, too. But anyway, tell them what you said. You tell them what you said.
Definitely feel like that's the truth, man. It's like you had a team where it was OKC, and you guys were supposed to be what the Thunder are right now. And you guys broke up like the Beatles in y'all prime. You turn around,
Indeed.
you go to Golden State after y'all had the 3-1 lead on them brothers. And you go over to the dark side, win a couple of championships with them as their assassin. Didn't like the way you're being treated over there by Draymond. So you move and you ain't want to play there no. Like a kid who take their ball. So he leaves and you go to Brooklyn with you and Kyrie. It didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. Now guess what? He moved again to Phoenix. And now over there, man, you got you, Booker, and then you have Bradley Beal. It's always he's surrounded by stars. But when you're surrounded by these stars, what are you actually doing, man? It's like you're not even really a vocal leader. Most times you get what you get and then you just play to the side, man. Devin Booker been looking bad. And then on top of that, Bradley Beal hasn't been doing much. I guess he's too used to being around mediocre teams because when he get an opportunity, he ain't taking advantage of it himself. So yeah, I'm disappointed in them, man. And I think that when it's all said and done, I heard somebody say this recently too. I think it was on First Take when my man said that if they don't at least go to the finals, at least the conference finals, I give y'all that. If y'all can't make it to the conference finals, man, this is like one of the biggest busts as far as assembling a team in NBA history.
Yeah, everybody want to make up that super squad, but all ain't able. You had the super squad yourself, like you said over there at OKC. Think about who was on that squad, y'all. You had Kevin Durant, Hall of Famer. You had Russell Westbrook, future Hall of Famer. You had Kevin Hart. You had oh Lord, that man name ain't Kevin
James
Hart.
Harden,
There we go. James Harden, future Hall of Famer. Hell, you
Serge
had
Ibaka.
damn Reggie Jackson, at least
Mm-hmm.
fringe All Star on a good day. You had them four people squad. Then don't forget about not Siakam. Um,
Serge Ibaka.
there we go.
Damn, did they have Steve Adams too?
Yes, all them people was on that squad, and that's how y'all made out. Really?
Damn, I can't imagine.
Not to mention you had what was left of the little man. I can't think of his doggone name. The former Laker. You know who I'm talking about.
Was it Fisher?
There we go. All of them was on that squad at the same time. And y'all ain't get no further than that, okay? So then you go over and try to hook up stuff with your boy Steph and all of them. It was all right till you realized that it was Steph's town and it wasn't yours and wasn't never gonna be yours. So then, soft, felt some type of way,
Who was
soft,
feeling?
and had to go to Brooklyn when he really probably should have went to the Knicks. I mean, I understand why he didn't go to the Knicks. You know, that owner is he's trash. But anyway, you hooked up with Kyrie, but Kyrie expected you to be the leader and you wouldn't. So when he started to be the leader, you felt some type of way, and James Harden wasn't having it, so he had to get up out of there. Now you done went to Phoenix. Somewhere down the line, Hugh, we got to look at it this way. Maybe everybody else wasn't the problem, bruh. Maybe it was you, man. Yeah, you a hell of a player. We know that. I wouldn't want no parts of trying to check him, think about checking him, none of that. Even if I was his size. But all that being said, when push come to shove, he not that dude. He not him.
No.
And he feels some type of way. That's why he always in the comments under false pretenses talking about on his burner account. KD, all right, y'all tripping. Best thing about that brother right now is his shoes. In terms of his play and leading his team, not so much. Not so much.
It's embarrassing too, man, because I thought that he would have definitely stepped up on one of these teams. He's always in the back seat, and they were saying, I remember hearing Stephen A. say something about they need a vocal leader over there, and he said he want Kevin Durant to step up and be a vocal leader, but a lot of people was like, that ain't how Kevin Durant role, man. That ain't
nope, not at all. Anyway, like I said, it's just a question of when. Are they gonna win this first round? Probably not. But even if they do manage to win this first round, they're gonna lose the second round of playoffs, so that don't matter. Let's talk about a couple teams that might actually will matter. This 4-5 matchup that y'all really be need to paying attention to, because it's probably gonna be the best round of the playoffs in the West between that team that is the Clippers and that team that is the Mavericks. We got two pretty decent games from them so far. What you think of that series, Hugh?
Man, that's a good ass series, man. Big ups to Lively, man. I didn't think Lively was just gonna come out and just be this good, man. His rookie season, he's been really phenomenal. Tim Hardaway Jr., man, he just needs to just be in a conditioning coach because his ass never healthy. Every time I look up, he in street clothes. But other than that, the first game I needed a little bit more Kyrie and Luka, and they gave me that this game. Played exceptionally well. It was a really good game all around. They just don't, do well by themselves. The whole team contributed. Like when Gaffer got hurt, I was afraid. I said, "Uh-oh, that's part of their defense. That's going to be major." But they stepped up and did what they needed to do to pull off that second win. And I'm like, "Oh shit, we got us a ball game. We got us a series."
Right. I like that dude Lively on that squad. I like a couple of those guys that come off the bench. But guess what? The key so far in this series for Dallas, that dude Luka playing defense now. You got Luka playing defense.
And blocks he been getting.
You got Luka playing defense. Man, y'all better put some respect on Jason Kidd's name. He done taught that nigga Luka defense. If you can get that dude playing defense with the offensive output that he been putting on, and then Kyrie, man, Kyrie had a couple moves that last game. It was Uncle Drew to the fullest. He was in his bag, as the kids call it. He was clowning. That one move when he went with the right hand and shot that floater with the left, that was ignorant, Hugh.
You know what made me laugh? One of the announcers said something about Ant-Man that I seen. He said, and I thought it was hilarious when he was like the first game when he torched KD. And when I saw he did that layup yesterday, I was like, yeah, Kyrie in his bag, like he trying to dig at the bottom to grab some more French fries from the bottom of that. So he was on a whole nother level. And We didn't think that they would be able to exist. Remember we talked about that. I think those
Yeah, I
two
didn't
don't
think that
get
was gonna be a
along.
good chemistry matchup. You
They
right,
both
Hugh.
dribble and shoot too damn much. And now you see that those guys got a really good rapport. They love each other, man, and they play for each other, man. I like the fact that when Kyrie the one game when they beat Denver, which was a good ass game on prime time, when he went in and had that floater at the end and one at the buzzer, the
Oh yeah, we remember
conversation
that one.
yeah, when he said that man, me and Luca feed off each other, man, off our brotherhood, and I'm glad the team is starting to feed off of that as well. And the energy that the team give now too, man, is a real positive energy. I think this is one of the best teams that Luca's been on as whole surrounding staff, not just the starters, but the people on the bench and the personnel and all. I think they really stepped up, man. Wouldn't be surprised if they even beat the Clippers at this point, to be honest with you. If we could get the James Harden we had in game one, it might be easier said than done. But if he can't keep that up, man, and it's gonna be a series, man, because we ain't gonna hold down Luca and Kyrie. One of them gonna get off, man, and all you need is
Right.
some other role players to step up.
I mean, the thing is, there's so many weapons on that Clipper squad. They need more of them to step up. Like in game one, when Zubac showed up and showed out for
Mhm.
game one, what happened to him in the game two? They need more Zubac. When you got
Oh yeah,
people like that dude, man, Terrence Mann, that's a grown ass man when he choose to be. You remember that one dunk he did the other night when he just came in like, "Ah!"
you know
We
what
need some more of
what
that
I
from him.
call him? I call Tyrese man West Coast Maxi man. West Coast Tyrese Maxi. That's what I've been
No,
calling him.
he actually reminded me of that dude back in the day for Denver, the Manimal. Remember him?
Yeah,
Yeah, he played like that dude when the energy is there, but he ain't always feeling like that. Then of course you got
football.
Powell. Don't forget about that dude Powell. Powell, he a pretty good dude off the bench when properly motivated. And of course, sometime this series you're gonna get Westbrook just nutting up one night. It's gonna happen. He just gonna have one of them games like I'm taking this boy over.
You know who I didn't even know who was still in the league, let alone playing on the team, man. And I'm like, man, where the hell he's been? He's been on the milk carton with the real Nicholas Batum. Please stand up. And we know we seen
Man,
with your big ass head, dude. You can't
I
hide
thought he
that.
had retired with Crawford in them. And wasn't that
Mhm.
something? When I looked up, like, oh man, Crawford in the broadcast booth now. Okay, okay. I kind of like him with Grant Hill as the analyst. I kind of like that little combination. They play
Yeah,
well off each other.
God, man, he don't get a lot of credit that he deserves.
Right. And then of course, I like Reggie broadcasting too. That's a good dude. But anyway, I'm liking this series. I would not be surprised if we go all seven. Hugh, what you think?
I definitely can see it going to that, man. It's going to be a battle. That's going to be one of the better ones to see. I think between that one and the Milwaukee and the Pacers, those are going to be some really strong, hard fought victories, man. Whoever get out of it going to probably be so banged up, man, in the second round, unless the team that they face have a lot of games ahead of them. They're going to be in for battles, man, and they're going to be licking their wounds once they get to the second round, man, because they already beating each other up in this first round. But yeah, man, I
Right
think
now, Hugh, that just leave us two teams we ain't talk about yet.
oh man, please let's
You know
not
who
talk
they
about.
are.
Yes, sir.
The team that all the talking heads always talk about. Just because it's one of the largest markets, just because it's the team everybody talk about, don't mean we always got to talk about them all the time, do we? Yes, we
Not at
do. Because
all.
if we don't talk about them here, y'all gonna be sending stuff to the inbox like, "Why y'all ain't saying nothing about the Lakers? What about the Lakers?" Let me tell you about the Lakers. I got a feeling it's over. What you think, Hugh? They gonna pull it out? Can they do at all?
Like one philosopher told me, from one philosopher to another, stick a fork in those guys because they're pasta.
Damn. No lies detected though. No lies detected. Look, man. Okay, let's break it down. Since y'all want us to break it down, here you go. LeBron doing what he's supposed to be doing. Hell, LeBron
Everything
doing
he's doing
more than what he's supposed
right.
to be doing. The only problem I got with LeBron is LeBron. Who died and made you a 3-point shooter? Who died and made you Steph Curry?
Man, he
You
took that
six
Carlton
nine,
shot, man.
bruh. Why are you taking 3-point shots at the end of the game when you don't have to?
He could have took
Where
them
your
motherfuckers
mid
right
range
there.
at,
Game
bruh?
over.
I swear, it seems like every time they get in a close game like that, they get it to LeBron. He shoots from beyond 3-point land, don't need to. Dribble in a few steps, make the 2-point shot. I know you can hit the mid range. Have you not learned nothing from Dwayne Wade all them years you played in Miami? Everything got to be a 3-pointer. You are the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Why are you taking all these extra point shots for? You are not Steph Curry, sir. Okay, look, I can't even trip on the man that we usually call Glass Joe. That man been balling. Anthony Davis been playing his butt off, okay? Did he get a little tired in that last game? Yeah, remember, they did play in Denver. Denver got that altitude, and I think that's what happened to Anthony Davis. He just ran out of gas. But you can't blame AD, man. Not this year. He balling. The question of the day is, where everybody else at? Okay, yeah, we got D'Angelo Russell to show up a little bit in game 2. That was game 2 though. Where was he in game 1? And then the rest of the squad. Okay, can the following people please step up to the congregation? What happened to Austin Reeves? What happened to Rui Hachimura? Where the hell is damn Spencer Dinwiddie? Spencer, hello. You on the Lakers now? Can you start playing, please? Hello. I mean, Hugh, what's up with that?
Hachimura. Hey, you know what? I put it
Where
this
they
way,
at?
man. Hey, they always complain. They always talk about how Austin Reeves talk about how he's him. Where he was at that
No, him
game,
ain't.
Hachimura
No, him
definitely
ain't.
been sleeping. What I appreciate though through this whole series, man, not only I'm not just gonna talk about LeBron and AD because we know they doing what they're doing. Big up to AD for being
Right.
healthy the rest of this season, but D'Angelo Russell was getting scrutinized after that first game, and he stepped up that last game. Can't say it wasn't because of him. I feel like if you had some more production with Rui and Reeves, man, this series might have been tied. I mean,
I
damn,
mean,
y'all
bottom
lost a
line,
20
Hugh,
point
what I'm
lead.
saying is they other players is better than Denver's other players, with maybe the exception of Michael Porter Jr. Cause man, if that dude keep playing like that, I don't care what no other team do. Between him, Murray, and Jokic, if all three of them is on, it's over. It's all over. The repeat is on and cracking. Cause you ain't gonna be able to stop all three of them if they all three of them on.
And you know what's crazy about it all too is the fact that when you see this series, it's like I'm thinking like, man, ain't no excuses for Birmingham and the Lakers after having that big lead. Like I
Nope.
actually dozed off and watched something else, man. Kind of was on my phone playing around, and I looked and I said, "Oh man, what the hell's going on? They only down by 4." Then when I turned to the game, it was tied, and then yeah, they just couldn't close it out after having that 20-point lead, man. It was like the other guys need to step up, man. I don't see them winning the game after that. I would be
Man,
surprised
when
if
it
they
when it
get
was
into the
up by
fourth.
20, I thought they was gonna win, but it's gonna end up being close at the end. But I thought they was gonna go ahead and pull it out. When I turned it back on, it was only up by 10 at the beginning of the fourth. I was like, now I gotta watch this. I already know what's about to happen. If they get it under 5, they lose it. Hugh, let me break it down for you. It got down to that last 2 points or so, and then they tied it up. And then your man's got the ball, and it's like, and Denver has no timeouts to call. And then he dribbled down, and in my head, this music started playing, Hugh. Sometimes I dream that he is me. I was like, I already know what's about to happen. And then right when he went up, I was like Mike, I want to be like Mike. Ball game. I'm like, it's over. It's over.
Hey,
I
that's
can't
what
wait to
he
see what that damn Shannon Sharp got to say about GOAT games tomorrow. Because it's over with. When he hit that shot, I'm like, that's it. The Lakers are done. Like you said, what was that thing you said again about the fourth, Hugh?
What'd you say?
What'd you say about that fork again, Hugh?
Oh, pasta.
And not even good pasta. I'm talking about beefaroni, okay? Over with. They
Beefaroni
done
that
done it.
can beefaroni.
Bottom line is, by some miracle, they turn around and not only win a game, but actually beat the Nuggets. LeBron about to get ring number 5. Okay? That's my bold prediction. If they can find a way to beat the Denver Nuggets in 4 games after that debacle, they going all the way. It ain't happening. It
It was
ain't
crazy too.
happening.
He didn't even see when that shot dropped, man. All he knew is he said when he shot the shot because he definitely had to fade and fall back on that shot because you had AD contested that one. He said the only reason he know that they won is because the crowd started screaming.
Man, that's crazy. But anyway, that's what the playoffs looking like right now. Before we go to our NFL draft talk, I want to throw a quick question out there to my brother Hugh. Hugh, I noticed you ain't been posting as much, but you know I've been sending it to you, and I know you've been seeing it. This new thing that we have called transfer portal. You see everybody, their mama seem to be entering this transfer portal, and they going somewhere everywhere. What's your thoughts on transfer portal? You liking it? You not liking it? What you thinking, you?
That last one you sent me, man, I put that up quick if you ain't think I did, man. A lot of the transfer portal stuff was cool, but then you know what? I really didn't too much care about it. And when you hit me with that today, I said, damn, they let them do that? I put it on quick. When they said you can immediately transfer and play if you got good academics, I said, holy shit. That's what
You
I was waiting
remember,
on.
people? Remember how it used to be? When you transferred from another school, you had to sit out a whole year and then play. Plus, you lost a year eligibility when you transferred. The way the transfer portal work now, you could transfer and play right away. Basically, what the ruling they made, you do realize what it is, right? Let's just say you a player like, and of course I'm gonna use my UConn Lady Huskies because they done had a couple people hit the transfer portal. One young lady in particular, her name is Amari DeBerry. Amari DeBerry is one of the top 25 players in the nation in her class when they came out. She, of course, went to UConn because UConn was the best, right? Got to UConn, she ain't play worth a damn. Her and Gino wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know how Gino is. If Gino don't like how you playing in practice, you don't get to play in the real game. It's so bad that, remember, UConn had 8 eligible players, okay? 8. She was one of the 8 during the playoffs, during the tournament. Do you recall seeing her play, Hugh?
No.
That's because she didn't. Not 1 minute. Now understand that woman is all of 6'6", okay? You think that would have helped a little bit when you played a team like Iowa? If you had 2 people on the boards, one being Aaliyah Edwards at 6'3", and the other one being 6'6", Amari DeBerry? But if you can't play, you're not going to play at UConn. So guess what? Couldn't wait to jump in that transfer portal as soon as the season was over. Now, you got her in the transfer portal. She done played at UConn. Because of that, some school going to be like, oh, yeah, you got to know something. Gino just didn't love you. Come on over here to Okie State. You know what I'm saying? At which time she'll probably get to play, probably be a starter, probably do a little something, but ain't gonna be nothing worth talking about. That's part of what the transfer portal got for you on that side. Now let's take the people that's actually good, a good player, okay? Like for example, take what happened at Michigan. Michigan fires Juwan Howard, okay? Every decent player that Michigan had at that point said, damn that, I don't care who the coach is, I'm out. Deuces. I'm hitting the port, okay? They hired Dusty May. Pretty good coach for Florida Atlantic. Okay, they team made the tournament and everything. Once they found out where the coach was at Michigan, it's like, oh, that's who your coach is? I like dude. I'm going there. Now all of a sudden the transfer portal that opened wide at Michigan, and here come everybody. You got the big dude from this place. You got the dude from Yale. You got Scottie Pippen's son saying, yeah, I want to play with them dudes. I'm going to Michigan. That's how important the transfer portal is becoming. Remember, Who won the championship this year, men's? You?
UConn.
They won that first year too, did they not?
Yep.
Did not every last starter on that team leave UConn? But yet they still managed to win the next year, didn't they? How did they do that, Hugh? Transfer
Transfer.
portal. Okay, who won on the ladies' side, Hugh?
Not girls. South Carolina.
The year before, didn't they have 5 starters? Didn't they all go to the WNBA?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you heard what I said. All 5 starters from South Carolina went to the WNBA. Put some respect on Dawn Staley's name. Thank you very much. Anyway, hold on, good people. Hold on, y'all. Stand by.
You feeling
My
it with
bad.
that mic today, E?
Yeah. Anyway, after that, what happened, Hugh? Didn't they have 5 new starters on the squad?
Mm-hmm.
Did they not win the championship and go undefeated?
Yes, sir. They was actually better than what they. No disrespect. No, Minnesota. I'm not sure because they got Jordan Addison and they got Justin Jefferson. But the scary part is if they don't commit to him. We'll talk about some people who committed today, but if they don't commit to him financially or if they just can't come to an agreement, a la T. Higgins and some of the guys who got franchise tagged this offseason, then there's a possibility they will draft a receiver if they're not getting what they want to hear.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about them damn Giants for a minute. Should they
Mm-hmm.
draft a quarterback?
They definitely need one. No disrespect. If you got neck injuries and you've had previous neck injuries and you got a history of neck injuries, it's time to find your successor. And I believe they should go after.
Man, Daniel, no disrespect. Daniel Jones trash, okay? Dude trash. Basuda, get the QB. Don't give a damn who it is. Just get one. Who should they get? Personally, if McCarthy's still on the board, I think that's who should go to the Giants. Based on how they play offense, I think it would work for them to think about it. The main reason why you kept Daniel Jones because of his running ability, right? JJ got running ability. Difference is JJ a better thrower of the football. You want that, okay? Understand if you pick JJ McCarthy and make him your starting quarterback, don't expect that brother to win year one. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. You gotta let that dude grow. So if you picking him, that's what you saying. Okay, we're gonna develop this year. Then we see what we got next year.
Because they've been throwing my dog in the mud all last year. And then it took surprisingly to me, uncharacteristically, Mel Kiper to come to his aid and say, well, it wasn't really no pieces over there. Panthers, man. They didn't put a lot around that man. So you can't look at him like it was his fault because he had no place to run for one, because his O line was trash. Who was he throwing it to?
Man, think about it though, Hugh. When all is said and done, Panthers still don't have no first round pick. How they gonna get any better?
Yeah.
Remember, Bears still got their pick at number 9. Is the Bears gonna keep that other pick though? And if they do, who they picking at number 9?
I think by that time they'll probably go after if it's not.
Well, no, hold on. Quick correction. Actually, number 9 is actually the Bears' original pick. The number 1 pick is actually the Patriots pick. I mean the Panthers pick. But yeah, go ahead.
I think that if they don't go after another weapon, because my man Keenan Allen on here for a year, so if they don't extend him, then then I would say Roma Dunze makes sense. But if they can, do a surprise, because a lot of times, man, to make the draft, the NFL draft, for one of the best drafts that you see, not only are you going to get trades and stuff as far as teams trading, to go up and jockey up a position, but you get trades and you get things happening around teams like signing contracts and crazy things of that nature. So I still feel like if Keenan Allen get a deal, he stays, and they probably go defense. They probably go for the best defensive player on the board. But at this point, I feel like Keenan Allen's only getting older, man. He'll be 32 next season, and I wouldn't extend him to a long term. I'd be Roman Doomsday to try to win right now.
All right. I say one of the most intriguing people in this draft is that dude Brock Bowers out of Georgia. What team would you like to see him go on, and why?
At first, I thought he'd go as high as to the Chargers, but I think that he possibly might go over to the Jets. There's been a lot of rumbling about that. They don't really have a true tight end over there either, man. I think that yeah, they got some exceptional wide receivers, but they definitely need another weapon, security blanket. You know,
So
so I
basically,
think
you have Lazard, you have Wilson, then Bowers, then of course you know your man's Aaron Rodgers will be back. Interesting, but you still gotta have somebody to protect that dude though.
yeah.
You do. All right,
So
now everybody been talking about the first round picks. Okay, I want to talk about somebody that's gonna go probably early in day two. That dude is Blake Corum, the running back from Michigan. What team you think need him the most?
you just said him earlier. I think New England do because when you say who they got running the ball, you know, they don't really have no running back over there. You know, yeah, they got Robertson, but he's been injured. So by him being injured the way he has been and them not having no other back to go along with him, I believe that they'll possibly get someone like a Corum in the second round. But if they don't pick him up, you know, he's one of the battery rams. I think that another team in mind, you know, like the Kansas City Chiefs, due to the fact that with the Chiefs, man, I don't know how long Clyde Edwards-Helaire is gonna stay there or what have you, but I would be happy if he come home too, man. He's come to Detroit. And we already got hella running backs over here. But
Hugh.
just to have him sit down because I know my man's has a pretty decent contract right now. Um, what's the kid's name? David Montgomery. But you know, he basically on basically a 2-year deal right now, proven deal. So
Hugh.
yeah, I'm really sure.
Stop thinking of like Hugh, because Hugh would think the Patriots. Stop thinking like a logical Hugh, because you would think a team like the Chiefs. And stop thinking about Lions fan Hugh, because yeah, that would be nice. But for real though, Hugh, what team really need a running back?
The Chargers.
Now you starting to get there.
Because J.K. Dobbins injury prone as hell, you know, and they need some assurance over there. Because when you lose a guy like Austin Eckler, man, you got to have another person who can play at that position. And so I'm not really trusting that J.K. Dobbins will be healthy. So
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Blake Corum.
Now that he's through playing around, I'm gonna tell y'all the team that really need him. I don't think they're gonna get him, but the team that really needs a dude like Blake Corum, Dallas Cowboys. Who running the ball in Dallas? What, Deuce Vaughn? Little Deucey? Little Deucey gonna be running that?
Little
I don't
Deuce
think
gonna
so,
be
bro.
running that thing.
I don't think so, bro. I think they may have a few runs for Deucey, but no. You need a back like Blake Corum with the Cowboys because you need somebody that can effectively run the ball in between the tackles. That is Blake Corum's calling card. The fact that he does have the power of a big power back, but the quickness of a little scat back, that's ideal for what they need in Dallas because in the end, if you leave it all on Dak, they is not going to the playoffs. Okay? If they don't get somebody decent at running back to go with Dak this year, the Dallas Cowboys, hold on, because we're going to need to recall this later on. Remember this day, people, for our Cowboys fans here in the network. If Dak does not get a running back, they will not make the playoffs. I said it here first. Okay? Remember this moment.
They saying your boy's supposed to be coming in for a visit today too. I said, wow, like y'all really that desperate? They trying to get Ezekiel Elliott back.
If Dallas does not get a decent running back, they will not make the playoffs. All right. Did we not forget that Philly got Saquon Barkley? Did we not forget that? Dallas? Dallas fans, y'all
Mm-hmm.
forget that? I'm just saying. Okay, Hugh. Now, you are the sports guru. You know your draft and all of that. Tell me about somebody that ain't been talked about as much in this draft class. Somebody we should be looking out for.
I'm mad because they've been hyping up my boy lately. I've been talking about him like 3 weeks ago. I told you, hey man, watch out for Cooper DeJean, man. He's fully healthy. He had a good pro day. He will be talked about. Damn, they got him going up as far as maybe even 20 right now. So I
Cooper
was like, damn.
DeJean, the combo cornerback safety out of Iowa. I definitely like that one, Hugh. That's a very good pull from you. Dude is quick. Dude is very instinctive when it comes to ball. You see, it's something about Iowa, particularly on the defensive end and with them tight ends, okay?
Mhm.
They do some things right there in Iowa when it comes to that. We done seen several players come out of Iowa these last few years and been very impactful from the very beginning. So when you talk about Cooper DeJean, I definitely like that pick out of you, Hugh. I'm liking that one. I also say look out for that dude from LSU, Mr. Neighbors, the one that a lot of people think that they should pick ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know about that. He ain't got his size. He ain't got his ability to run the routes. But he is a damn good receiver, though. I like him at receiver. I would not
I
be
got
surprised if he make the right squad that he could definitely be a handful. Definitely
I
somebody
got another
that
one
I
for
would
you,
think
E.
Minnesota should look at if they keep all their picks.
I got another one for you too, E man. You probably ain't
What
heard
you
of this
got?
dude. I don't know too many people heard of him. It's a wide receiver from Slippery Rock, man. His name is Kyle Sheets.
Now you done dug deep. Okay, now tell me about this dude.
This dude is underestimated, man. He's a big dude. You know who he's going to be in this draft, man. I might be overhyping him, but he, to me, is going to be the Puka Nakua of this draft.
Oh wow, that's a big statement. You say the name again, brother.
Kyle Sheets,
All right,
Slippery
remember
Rock.
he said it, y'all. Kyle Sheep's slippery rock. Now remember, for those of y'all that kind of doubt you, he was the dude that told y'all a couple years ago when the draft came that a young man by the name of what was his name? Came out of Cincinnati. What was that dude name? You
Oh,
played
you know my boy. I
cornerback.
love him. Detroit's own, man. Sauce Gardner, man. I love me some sauce. He's been everything that I thought he'd be.
Yeah, remember when he told y'all that? I'm sure if you didn't, you should have. Hold on there, my people. We shall be right back. This is the Big Buck Sports. Well, actually, this is the Guru Sports Perspective. We'll be back in a moment. Hugh, you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, we gonna edit.
Over here, they made their impact. I've been in a better hard knocks I've seen. He wasn't buying
Right.
it. I don't see that, man. If they don't do nothing this year, and they surprised both of us. They were losing that first, man. Just the grit and for them to finish on that 500 and to come back the next year even stronger, man. One game from the Super Bowl, man. You gotta get.
I apologize, y'all. It seemed like the sound quality just got worse and worse as the show progressed. I'm not sure what happened when we recorded. It wasn't like that with the echoing on the other end with Hugh, but nonetheless, that's what happened. Please make sure you check out the sports guru Hugh Lee on the various platforms you can catch him on, whether it's Hoovy on Instagram or on the sports perspective that you can find on the Spotify, or you can check him out also on that thing that we know as TikTok. He is Hugh.6Lee, I believe, is what you will find him at on the TikTok. And nonetheless, if you can't be sure where to find him, definitely go to his IG page, Hugh Lee. You can find his link tree there and can follow him that way. Nonetheless, there are other things to talk about here in sports. We just going to have to do that another time. Bottom line, I'm tired, the yard acting up, and I just can't do it no more. Okay. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the sports talk this week here on the Big Bus Sports Report / Guru Sports Perspective. We appreciate those of you who chimed in as always. Until next week, be safe, be blessed. If you're here in Detroit, checking out the draft, enjoy yourself. Spend that money, have a good time, and come back home safe. And let your friends know that Detroit is cool, okay? It's a cool place to come check stuff out. Until next time, this is your boy E-Buck. I'm about to end this, boy, and I need to lay down and go to bed. To bed, I tell you. Good night, good night, good night. Where is the end of this show? It's on here somewhere. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Like I said, I'm tired. I truly is. Where did I put it? It's crazy. What you mean I can't find it? All right, then. We ain't gonna worry about it. We just gonna dip, all right? We out. Later. I said